Otokoini kase probiane kasane. Otokoini kase probiane kasane. Mema probiane fi amani kotokunye. Mema probiane fi amani kotokunye. Asante church mo champone kunye. Asante church mo champone kunye. Asante sesebos medite. Asante sesebos medite. Probia santiname kasane. Probia santiname kasane. Senti cheni mo di nyamisio. Senti cheni mo di nyamisio. Why nebenya seduso supani ni akaba kuma sika pobano. Why nebenya seduso supani ni akaba kuma sika pobano. Obinya sebia kobe. Obinya sebia kobe. Amana tedi fema de plefe kasane. Amana tedi fema de plefe kasane. Sewani tofu moje nge. Sewani tofu moje nge. Ala fudade tumo champon funge. Ala fudade tumo champon funge. Oh, ni glorious medite. Oh, ni glorious medite. Ejakwa jale na ria sedinge. Ejakwa jale na ria sedinge. Kusige kumrot mo champon funge. Kusige kumrot mo champon funge. Ejakwa office from po domni farisi. Ejakwa office from po domni farisi. C'est tout le monde qui vient ici. C'est tout le monde qui vient ici. Oui, les bêtes se cantinent. Tu vois, tu t'en connais ça avant, puis tu capes pas non. Oui, les bêtes se cantinent. Tu vois, tu t'en connais ça avant, puis tu capes pas non. Oui, bien c'est bien couvert. Oh, bien c'est bien couvert. Là, va bacana ne frappo, dans les frères ici. Là, va bacana ne frappo, dans les frères ici. Mais mandamé dans la paille à dungue. Mais mandamé dans la paille à dungue. Y'a la manière d'y accompagner de tout à tout le monde, t'as pas de fungue. Y'a la manière d'y Utosika samane jijakunge. Utosika samane jijakunge. Yakuya baba kono flower. Yakuya baba kono flower. Sayo na flower fapo namni fao. Ina flower fapo namni fao. Wasaji fogunya kwasinge. Wasaji fogunya kwasinge. Ukasa tinabe kasanye. Ukasa tinabe kasanye. Wokuru na tababa de fa kunya kwase ajuka chemera.
I'm making time, Master Mabekano. Before I read my speech, the president may cancel baby and be here. And regional minister name, Meba, Jina Pomba, and almost say, and Epa Choya can't the work at and so my person Mekana. And this are no Musibia Mekanson Fufrobia, Ed Kakra. As I said, the Queen of the Catcher almost said, Galamsey, I can, and them have me chimu, ye chimu, send me a year, you are nature me and son. A move 30% in Boma Galamsey. Yanni to them, hey. See a GM watching ya, ye chimu, move 30% and not any Boma Galamsey. Ya kan okra no a ye be dada ye ho e be ye conference ya ba se me che ya o ma be ye Galamsey ade ba ko se nanan ne twa asase no ma ye o kan no ye nim ha no mo kan na na bia o to bia o twa asase o de ye Galamsey bia o so wa ku bu an ho fo se wa ye bone Uko from Nessa and Passodia, as I say, I must say, and Galamsey now to her. Now he be na wood. So, eh, Bonnie. So, and Mummy and Vivi. And now look at some mamma come because of the camera can't send the break of fast my bunty, major animal. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I believe strongly that everybody has been recognized, therefore I don't need to go through that. I'm pleased to be here to deliver the keynote address to formally open the second National Consultative Dialogue on Small-Scale Mining. The maiden one having been opened in Accra last month by His Excellency President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Honorable Minister and Honorable Vice Chancellor, our host, at the onset, let me assert that mining is older than Ghana and has been for centuries one of the main pillars of ancient economies and kingdoms such as my own, Asantehene. Gold continues to be a major heritage of Asantehene, and it is therefore appropriate to hold the second consultative dialogue on small-scale mining in Kumasi. I commend my son, the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, Honorable Samuel Abu, for his eagerness and ardent interest in pursuit of the goals of the ministry. They should ensure that, in collaboration with the regulatory authorities, small-scale mining is effectively monitored so it is done in compliance with the required practices and regulatory framework. And then illegal miners also can be stopped. Large-scale mines should work with NGOs and other relevant organizations in rolling out alternative livelihoods programs within the mining communities in which they operate. This should be coupled with awareness creation on the negative impacts of illegal mining as well as its unsustainable nature. Such interventions should reduce the number of young people who engage in illegal mining by giving them safer means of livelihood, for example, vocational skills. On my part, I have already warned my chiefs and elders against participation in such illegalities, and I will not hesitate to strongly sanction any such infraction. Already I've had reports about some things happening in Galamsey and the Fomna area, and I'll be investigating that to see what's happening. The need to actively involve traditional authorities in this effort is absolutely imperative, for they continue to be the custodians of our communities across the country. We should go beyond paying lip service to traditional authorities as custodians of our communal land and seriously and actively engage them in this collective crusade. For example, the current system, whereby licenses for concessions are given out before consulting traditional authorities, is dysfunctional and must be revised. It is my considered view that it will be most prudent to consult traditional authorities before licenses for concessions are given out. Does it not make a mockery when the Constitution says the minerals under the president is in charge of the minerals on the earth, but when you're going to mine the mineral, you go through the land that belongs to the chief. So why doesn't he have a right to know who is doing that? Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I urge all stakeholders to commit to upholding this tenet of equity by supporting where you have to, putting pressure where you have to, monitoring and taking action where you have to, if we are to make headway in winning the fight against illegal mining and making small-scale mining a true instrument of sustainable national development. Legal small-scale miners should be engaged in the discussions on the search for solutions to the challenges posed by illegal miners. Mr. Minister, you need to engage them. They know them. If you ask the small-scale miners, they know the illegal miners. Sit them down. Get the Minerals Commission to give you a list of all the registered small-scale miners. Let us do a comprehensive search of it. And get the security and others to map out where they are. All others outside this are illegal miners, and therefore we can arrest them. greed, dishonesty, and hypocrisy ought to be jettisoned in this crusade. We require bold, honest, and frontal leadership in this sector. Honorable Minister, I expect that in this respect, the deliberations of this consultative forum will frankly discuss, explore, and reinforce the best ways to control illegal mining activities while promoting and supporting legitimate and responsible mining in Ghana. I wish you a successful dialogue, and you can continue to count on my support and that of Asantehene. And now formally open the second National Consultative Dialogue on Small-Scale Mining. I thank you for your attention. Consultative forum is on small-scale mining. The small-scale mining subsector has the potential to contribute to livelihood, empowerment, and the poverty alleviation of people in our local communities and beyond. However, in recent times, we have all witnessed the unprecedented destruction of arable land for agriculture, forest reserves, and our water bodies through illegal mining activities using sophisticated equipment and machinery, often in partnership with foreign nationals and criminal syndicates who have no interest in our development. Often, the structure and operations of the sector are more complex than meets the eye. The president on his own, and indeed government alone, cannot fight and win this war. It should be an all-hands-on-deck initiative with all stakeholders, all of us, playing our part. It is in this light that I support the call of the President through his parliamentary address on 4 January 2021 for a broad-based national engagement on managing the sector. And I'm happy to hear that the maiden national dialogue in Accra during 14th and 15th April was very successful, reiterating the key factors that need to be taken on board. It is crystal clear that weak and inadequate enforcement of laws governing mining was identified as one of the key gaps that need to be addressed to turn the fortunes of the subsector around. This falls squarely on the lap of the government, and I'm happy that my son, the Minister of Lands and Natural Resources, has assured me that he, with the support of his colleague ministers, MPs across the political divide, public and civil servants will lead a crusade to right this wrong. Wrong is wrong, irrespective of who commits it. And right is right, irrespective of the personalities involved. The illegal mining situation is clearly complex and requires a carefully thought through, multi-stakeholder approach if Ghana is to succeed in bringing it under control. The following are some proposals that could be considered in this effort. Exploration. The gold mining process starts with investment in exploration so as to delineate the mineral resource. However, most small-scale and illegal miners do have the funding to invest in such a process and would often encroach on the concessions of large-scale mines in conducting their mining activities. To address this, I propose that a special fund to be set up to cover the needed investments in exploration activities along the gold belts of the country, so as to better define such mineral resources and also identify new areas for purpose of mining. The Minerals Commission, in conjunction with the Geological Survey Authority, should identify and ring-fence land banks within the mining districts of the country exclusively for small-scale mining purposes. This should hopefully reduce the current competition between large-scale and small-scale miners for mineralized real estate. The capacities of the Minerals Commission and the Environmental Protection Agency should be urgently enhanced and adequate resources provided to enable them effectively regularize and regulate the activities of small-scale miners to ensure compliance with regulatory requirements as well as responsible mining practices. In this regard, with the exception of properly designed alluvial mining operations, mining near rivers and water bodies should be banned. Secondly, in accordance with the Minamata Convention, to which Ghana is a signatory, the use of mercury for gold processing should be banned, given its toxicity to human health and the environment. This should then be replaced with training and capacity building for small-scale miners on less dangerous means of gold recovery. Personal safety and sound environmental practices should be critical aspects of small-scale mining going forward. As is the situation for large-scale mines, reclamation and rehabilitation of mined-out areas should be a key aspect of small-scale mining operations, and renewal of such licenses should be contingent on effective land reclamation. This is to ensure that the environmental degradation recorded to date is contained, while efforts are made to address the liability of the medium to long-term issues. District assemblies, through their district mining committees, have an important role to play in ensuring effective monitoring of small-scale mining activities in the country. To this end, DCEs, as chairpersons of District Security Council, should be held directly responsible for situations of illegal mining within their respective districts.